There are men in their 70s who are enjoying better sex, more energy, and more drive than many men in their 50s. That difference usually isn't genetics, and it isn't because they're getting expensive treatments. In many cases, it comes down to 3 very specific vitamins that affect everything from how well blood reaches your penis to how efficiently your body produces testosterone. When these vitamins are lacking, and they are deficient in more than 40% of men over 60, your whole system can start to slow down. But when you correct those deficiencies and bring your levels back into balance, it can feel like getting your body back again. Hi, I'm Dr. Evelyn Hartwell, your trusted men's health advisor. I help men improve performance, protect their prostate, and feel their best at any age. After more than a decade of working closely with men over 60, I've seen countless men regain the strength, confidence, and sexual vitality they thought were gone forever. It doesn't always begin with a prescription. Often, it starts with correcting surprisingly common nutritional gaps that no one ever checked for. The truth is most men don't lack desire. They lack circulation. They lack mitochondrial energy at the cellular level. They lack hormonal support. And the core of those issues is frequently hidden in their nutrient status. Today, I want to walk you through 3 essential vitamins every man over 60 should understand, how they work together to support erectile health, testosterone levels and natural energy, and the most common mistakes men make when trying to fix these deficiencies. I'll also share the practical details that really matter, the forms, timing, and general dosing guidelines that are actually effective, because the wrong form or wrong timing can make a big difference in results. Let's start with the nutrient your body once made easily from sunlight, but gradually struggles to produce with age: vitamin D. When vitamin D is low, circulation drops, energy declines, mood dips, and sexual performance often follows. Vitamin D is known as the sunshine vitamin, but for men it's also a foundation of strength, stamina, and confidence. I hear similar stories from men all the time. A disciplined, health-conscious man sits across from me and says, "I still want intimacy. I still feel desire. My partner matters to me, but my body doesn't respond the way it used to." Before talking about prescriptions, I almost always start with his vitamin D levels. Vitamin D is one of the most misunderstood nutrients in male vitality. Most people think of bones or immune health, but research clearly connects vitamin D with erectile function and vascular health. Erections depend on blood vessel relaxation and dilation. When vitamin D is low, production of nitric oxide, the molecule that signals blood vessels to relax, goes down. Without enough nitric oxide, blood simply can't enter erectile tissue the way it should, and firm erections become harder to achieve or maintain. Over 40% of men over 60 are deficient in vitamin D, especially during winter in men with darker skin or in those who spend most of the day indoors. Low vitamin D is also linked to lower testosterone, weaker muscles, more inflammation, reduced mood stability, and higher cardiovascular risk. The encouraging part is that this deficiency is usually very fixable. Regular morning sunlight exposure, fatty fish, fortified foods, and when needed, quality vitamin D3 supplements can bring levels back into an optimal range. Many men report more energy, clearer thinking, better sleep, and better erectile response after restoring vitamin D levels. Consistency matters, and your body doesn't store unlimited vitamin D as you age, so ongoing support is important. But circulation is only part of the story. You also need energy to sustain desire and performance. That's where vitamin B12 becomes essential. I often see men in their 60s and 70s who say, "I'm eating fine and sleeping well, but I still feel tired. I feel foggy. I don't feel sharp. And when I think about intimacy, I just don't have the energy." That is a very common sign of B12 deficiency. B12 is central to cellular energy production. Your body uses it to convert food into usable energy for your brain, muscles, and hormones. It is also required to make healthy red blood cells, which deliver oxygen throughout your body, including to your genitals. When B12 is low, oxygen delivery drops and everything feels slower, heavier, and harder. It also supports the myelin sheath around nerves. Without adequate B12, nerve signals become weaker or slower, including the signals responsible for arousal and erectile response. As we age, the stomach produces less intrinsic factor, which is required to absorb B12 from food. Medications commonly used by older men, such as metformin or acid reflux drugs, reduce absorption even more. That's why men can eat normally, but still develop deficiency. Fatigue, brain fog, apathy, decreased libido, numbness, tingling, and low motivation can appear gradually and are often blamed on just aging, when they're actually a nutritional problem. For many men, the solution is simple: supplementing with methylcobalamin, an active form of B12 that your body can use more easily than cyanocobalamin. Some men need injections when absorption is very poor. When levels are restored, many report that the fog lifts, energy returns, and interest in intimacy naturally increases again. The third key nutrient is vitamin E. I meet many men doing almost everything right: exercising, eating well, staying engaged, yet they still say they don't feel like themselves. They feel slower to recover, less motivated, less resilient. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that protects cells and blood vessels from oxidative stress and chronic inflammation, both of which increase with age and contribute to erectile problems, testosterone decline, and vascular disease. Oxidative stress is like internal rust. It stiffens blood vessels, damages hormone-producing cells, and accelerates aging throughout the body. Vitamin E helps maintain flexible blood vessels, protects the lining of arteries, and supports Leydig cell function, the very cells that produce testosterone. It also plays a role in insulin sensitivity, which matters because metabolic issues and insulin resistance are strongly linked to erectile dysfunction. Natural mixed tocopherols, found in foods like almonds, seeds, leafy greens, olive oil, and avocados, provide the most benefit. Synthetic forms are not absorbed or used as effectively. When vitamins D, B12, and E are optimized together, results can be surprisingly powerful. They don't work in isolation, they support each other. Vitamin D helps open blood vessels. B12 supports oxygen-rich blood and cellular energy. Vitamin E protects the vessels and hormone-producing cells, so the system actually stays healthy. Men who correct all three deficiencies at once often notice better energy, stronger libido, more confidence, deeper sleep, and clearer mood. These changes don't happen overnight, but with consistent daily support over several weeks, many men experience real improvement rather than temporary stimulation. Of course, mistakes are common. Many people assume all vitamins are equal, but cheap supplements often use synthetic or poorly absorbed forms that older bodies don't utilize well. Others take them inconsistently or give up too soon. Nutrient rebalancing is not a quick fix. It's a process of rebuilding function that took years to decline. 8 to 12 weeks of consistent effort is a realistic expectation for meaningful change. If you're over 60 and feel tired, unmotivated, foggy, or unable to perform sexually the way you used to, don't automatically assume it's just age. Consider your nutritional foundation. Have your B12, vitamin D, and vitamin E levels checked, and work with a healthcare provider if you have medical conditions or take medications. When men take these deficiencies seriously, energy, mood, performance, and confidence often begin to return in ways that feel natural rather than forced. You deserve to feel strong and alive in your own body. You deserve intimacy without worry and days without dragging yourself through them. Often, the path back begins not with drastic intervention, but with restoring what your body has quietly been missing. Related to this, remember that lifestyle choices amplify everything you do nutritionally. Regular movement, quality sleep, stress management, meaningful relationships, hydration, and a diet rich in whole foods, healthy fats, and colorful vegetables work hand in hand with these vitamins. Your body is remarkably responsive at any age when you give it the right support, consistency, and patience.